5 monkeys sit in a metal cage staring at a ladder. A bunch of bright yellow bananas hangs just out of reach. One monkey finally climbs for the prize. Ice-cold water slams into every monkey from hidden sprinklers. They scream, slip, and tumble off the ladder in chaos. Soon, any monkey that touches the ladder gets attacked by the others. They bite and pull him down before the water starts. Then the scientists change one thing. They remove a soaked monkey and bring in a dry stranger. The new monkey heads for the ladder and gets beaten instantly. The newcomer has never felt the freezing water. He only knows the fists and teeth. One by one, the original wet monkeys are replaced. Eventually, none of the 5 has ever been sprayed. Yet every new monkey who approaches the ladder is attacked. The bananas hang untouched above a cage of unquestioned violence. This is where the story usually ends. Someone shrugs and delivers the punchline. If you could ask the monkeys why they fight, they say one thing. That's just how things are done around here. It is a perfect parable for office culture and blind tradition. But here's the strange part. No one can actually find this experiment. No lab report, no methods section, no data tables, just endless blogs, LinkedIn posts, and motivational slides, all repeating the same story with the same 5 monkeys and the same ladder. Fact-checkers started digging through the trail. A psychology blogger traced citations back through business books and training manuals. They kept hitting the same dead end. The only scientific name that ever appears is Gordon R. Stevenson, and his study looks nothing like the viral story. In 1967, Stevenson published a paper on rhesus monkeys. The title was Cultural Acquisition of a Specific Learned Response Among Rhesus Monkeys. He worked at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. His goal was to study how monkeys learn from each other, not how they beat newcomers away from bananas on ladders. Stevenson used objects the monkeys could handle or avoid. One monkey was conditioned to fear a specific object. Another monkey watched its partner's reaction from the same cage. Over time, the naive monkey copied the avoidance behavior. It learned fear socially, just by observing another monkey's response. There was no ladder in his apparatus, no banana hanging above the group, no sprinkler system drenching everybody with freezing water, no systematic swapping of monkeys until none remembered why. The core idea was social learning, not a slow descent into meaningless tradition. Somewhere between the lab and the boardroom, the details mutated. Business writers wanted a sharper metaphor for resistance to change. They borrowed Stevenson's name and the word culture. Then they spliced in hoses, ladders, and bananas from other primate experiments. The result felt true, even though it wasn't. You probably heard this story in a meeting or workshop. Maybe it was used to shame people who questioned a new idea. Maybe it was used to shame people who protected old habits. Either way, it flatters you. It tells you that everyone else is the unthinking monkey. Real social learning experiments are slower and messier. Monkeys watch each other over weeks, not minutes. They share attention, copy actions, and sometimes ignore them. Culture appears as tiny shifts in everyday behavior, not as a cinematic moment when everyone suddenly beats the new guy. But the myth survives because there is a grain of truth. You really do learn rules from watching others. You really do enforce norms you barely understand. You really do feel pressure to attack anyone who breaks the script, even when the original punishment vanished years ago. The real twist is not about monkeys at all. It is about how easily you accept a good story as evidence, how quickly you repeat it without checking the source, how confidently you use it to explain other people's behavior, while never asking why you believe it yourself. Maybe the monkey ladder experiment was never about them. Maybe the real experiment is watching which stories you still climb without question,